Thank you so much for taking time to join us today to learn more about our most successful G&T programs for your electric cooperative members. I'm Rachel Barker with Service Concepts, and joining me is Brian McKee with AM Conservation Group. We always like to start off our meetings with our purpose: to help all people use our world's precious resources more efficiently. Service Concepts was founded 20 years ago by a group of cooperatives in Indiana, and since then has been focused on helping G&Ts and co-ops throughout the United States with energy efficiency products and programs. In 2015, we became a part of AM Conservation Group, one of the leading providers of efficiency products and kits, allowing us to offer more resources and services to G&Ts and co-ops. Today, our meeting will be focused on our most successful G&T programs, online stores, and direct mailing. We're so happy to have Ben Ricci with Allegheny Electric Cooperative joining us to share their G&T success stories. So now I'd like to talk with Ben Ricci, manager at Alternate Energy and Competitive Markets at Allegheny Electric Cooperative, about their direct mailing program. These direct mailing programs are a nice tie-in to the online stores, but they can also be really good standalone programs if you're not ready to do an online store, which is what Allegheny did. So Ben, thanks for being here. Could you tell us about your LED mailing project in 2018?
Sure. Allegheny endeavored to provide an energy efficiency initiative. At the beginning, we didn't really know what it was going to be. Ultimately, we narrowed that down to LED light bulbs, and we did some research, and we ultimately decided that the best approach would be to just have a direct mail program, and we ended up sending a 4-pack of 9-watt LEDs to all of the consumer members in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. The payoff was the consumer would save approximately $6 per year per bulb, and on the backside, Allegheny would avoid purchasing wholesale power in the market, which saved us a few dollars per bulb. So we ended up putting approximately 800,000 bulbs out into our members' homes, and that was really kind of our overall goal. The secondary aspect of that is we didn't want to encumber our members and have to have them do additional things because of this program. So it worked out really well that we were able to kind of push everything out there, and the main thing they had to do was give us a mailing list.
Great. So what lessons learned can you share with the other G&Ts if they were to do a similar program?
Well, the one thing that when we stand back and look at the program, we didn't have a good baseline. We jumped into this and we kind of implemented it, and we didn't know, what the saturation was, how many consumers had already used LEDs or had experience with it. So probably begin with a survey if you have time and the budget to do that, which would give you kind of a feel for what the members are already doing, if anything. And then the second thing that was vitally important is we had 14 different identities, so each box that went out to a consumer member had the local co-op's packaging, so it looked like it came from the local co-op. And as you can imagine, with 14 different members and 14 different lists and all of that, there was a potential for many complications. But fortunately, we picked a good vendor, and we were able to work through that. And when I look at the project in retrospect, we spent an enormous amount of time, and that's both AM Conservation and Allegheny, communicating what our plans were down to the detail level. And I think that allowed us to avoid having any kind of complications. So that was sort of a lesson learned, just to game it all out and then share that information with AM Conservation.
Great. What tips can you provide to other G&Ts on communicating the concept to the board and the participating cooperatives?
We kept everything simple. We didn't, when we spoke to the board, we didn't get into intangibles or any of the benefits, like, for example, environmental benefits, which sometimes are hard to quantify. We just kept driving home the member saves and the G&T saves, and by virtue of doing that, the co-op saves. And that was really kind of the messaging and the packaging. So we kept that really kind of high level and simple, and it really made it an easy project to see how that would all unfold for both the board and the cooperatives. The other thing we did is we made sure that we had the buy-in of the local co-op CEOs before we went to the board, and everybody was on board. We have 14 members. Not typical that we have everybody participating at the same level all the time. but everybody went all in on this, and it worked out really well.
Very good. The last question, overall, how would you rate the program and its reception by your members?
It was, as you could imagine, if you're sending 200,000 light bulb kits out to co-op members, kind of on pins and needles a little bit, to make sure that it worked out the way we anticipated. But it just went out almost flawlessly. The members loved it. We got an enormous amount of positive feedback, and actually the most common question we were asked is, where can we get more bulbs? Which is kind of, Allegheny's been considering the online store, and that's kind of where we're getting to from that feedback. But it went really well. We had, statistically almost no mistakes or errors. Damaged packaging or any of that stuff. Really, when you look at it in retrospect, I think everybody really had a positive reaction to it. The board, the members, the consumer members, and all staff at P&T.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Ben. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me or Brian, and we'll be happy to answer those or even go deeper into more details. And have a great day.